Maybe like Sunday roast. I go for a Sunday roast. It's so boring.
Do you die immediately after you finish eating?
The last bite.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see yourself.
Let's do chatting.
Okay. Hello everybody, it's Halima from Blackboard English, and today I have these amazing guys with me.
Hello.
And me.
Hey.
So we're just going to talk about stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah.
What about things though? Can we talk about things?
Bits and
We
bobs.
should do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of stuff do you want to talk about?
So I wanted to start with food because everybody, you know, I think everybody likes food. You all like food, right?
Love the food. Mm-hmm.
I love the food.
So let's start with it was the last day on earth and you had one meal, what would you choose as your meal?
What a question.
Good question.
But I got the answer.
Really? Let's
The
start with
answer,
you.
okay.
You know Tom Yum Goong? It's like a Thai food, Thai soup.
Oh, I know that. So
Tom
spicy
Yum
soup.
Goong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the shrimp thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the best meal ever in the world.
Is it spicy?
It's spicy and sour.
Who would make it for you? Anyone particular would make it for you?
It doesn't have to be. Maybe mum.
Your mum, okay.
Yeah.
Does your mum make it?
Yeah, she
Okay.
used to.
Not so you just thrust the recipe at her and be like, okay, I have to make this. You made it, sweetheart. It's the last day on earth.
That's interesting. I choose a Thai dish. That's
Yeah.
How about you guys?
I'd have one that takes a long time to eat so that I can, so that I can stay on. Maybe like Sunday roast. I go for a Sunday roast. It's so boring.
Do you die immediately after you finish eating?
The last bite.
No way.
Yeah.
No, so it's just the day finishes and then you die, but that's the meal.
Oh,
That's
okay.
your last meal.
Well, yeah, so why do you want to waste a lot of the day eating?
Because eating's fantastic. What else are you going to do?
Fantastic,
No, but you're saying, okay, so if the idea is it's an enjoyable meal,
Yeah.
right, you're like, oh, I want it to last a long time. You've got 24 hours.
Yeah. What, one meal? No, you're right though. I'm going Sunday roast. I'm going the full trimmings. I'm going like Yorkshire pudding, roast potatoes,
Yeah.
vegetables because it's important to stay healthy even on the last day on earth.
Okay, that's really
I don't know. Where are you going?
Oh, okay, no. Apple and cinnamon pancake with ice cream.
Okay.
Really specific.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
dessert as well.
Dessert.
Yeah.
Why are you getting
Look,
healthy?
we can't have milk and dessert though.
That's it. Like, why are you going to eat healthy on that day, you know?
What, smoothie. It's a good question though.
Wow.
You're gonna exercise on that day.
So what did you say? A Thai dish?
No. I said, like, she said
Kanon chose Thai dish.
Thai dish.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah.
Okay, what would yours be then?
Custard and cake. That's all that's been going
That's the
on
only thing
in my head. I'm like, I need to eat it.
Like several times today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have. I think I'm craving.
Yeah.
So custard,
Let's get you.
chocolate custard, not
Yeah.
just any old custard, and cake, chocolate cake.
Okay.
Any particular brand?
No, I used to eat it when I in school.
Mm.
So they used to serve it. So
Like a school dinner custard
yeah,
cake?
yeah,
Oh, like the school dinner cake?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because I was going to ask what kind of cake, but
Yeah.
you mean the
School dinner, yeah. When
they're
Yeah.
basic but good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Ken, you
yeah?
won't know this. So yeah, our school dinners. Well, I never
Dinner.
had school dinners. I brought a packed
Oh,
lunch.
packed lunch, did you?
I was a packed lunch bunch.
Oh.
Oh, you were one of those
Yeah.
in the corner with a little.
I just got to get my sandwiches out of my little box. There's a Kit Kat. Yeah, we know who you are.
Sorry, the Kit Kat threw me over the edge.
Well, but you were jealous of the cake.
Yeah.
So you can explain like school dinners,
Yeah.
I think.
What do you mean school dinner?
So in school, there's some people that would eat at school. So during lunchtime,
Yeah, lunchtime.
and other people would bring their own food.
Okay.
So you just get different types of food, but you'd always get the main course and a dessert with your main course.
What is it called? A dinner. What does it
School
call?
dinner. Yeah,
Dinner.
why is it called
Would
That
school
is a
dinner?
good
It should be
point.
school
Yeah,
lunch.
that's why I
In-
never questioned it.
But in the north of
Until
England,
now.
they say dinner is lunch, right? Dinner is lunch and tea is dinner. in the north of England, so I guess that's why.
Really?
Yeah, it's breakfast, dinner, and tea. We say
What?
in the south, we say breakfast, lunch,
I don't like
and
that.
dinner, or supper.
Just
It's wrong.
yeah, it turned everything upside down.
I've got a question. A meal that reminds you of childhood. What's like the ultimate childhood meal that you used to have?
School dinners.
School, yeah. So for me, like macaroni cheese. That was like the one thing my mum
Really?
made.
Macaroni cheese? I always
Yeah.
thought
Are you
that was
American?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But that was just the thing that my mum used to make us.
Oh.
So I don't know. What's like the one thing that reminds you of
Definitely
childhood?
ramen.
Ramen?
In Japan, we eat something like quite peculiar for you guys. Meat of. I should not say this. Maybe because it's quite. Anyway, okay. Do you know we eat the meat of whale?
Ah, okay.
Not anymore, but I have ever.
Sad.
Yeah, I have ever eaten at the school dinner. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
a meal of meat of whale one time before.
Wow.
They serve that at school.
Yeah, there's that one, and also
just casual whale.
Yeah.
And the menu. Yeah.
Wow.
and but I like the ramen they served.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's so cool. Like having ramen
Ramen as a kid.
in the school.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So you obviously had school dinners. What would you call it?
We say kyushoku
Kyushuku.
means
Okay.
school lunch, but here in England, school dinner.
Mm.
I actually never questioned that until he just said, like
Mm.
up north,
Mm.
you call it dinner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? School lunch.
Strange, isn't it?
Mm.
It's like t-shirt, and they're all T's. Why T? You never really question it. Now my brain's broken.
No, wait. The t-shirt, because it's in the shape of a T. That's
Yeah,
why.
but all shirts are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're just kind of extra
They're just
long.
it's the long,
Long
yeah,
the
it's the
sleeve,
length
yeah.
of sleeve.
But I know some shirts called white shirt.
Ah?
White shirts.
Sorry,
White
what?
shirt.
White shirts in Japan.
White shirt.
That one, white shirts in Japan.
This?
Yeah, that one, white shirts.
It's a white shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta put your arms up though.
It's a white
There it is.
shirt.
It's a white shirt.
Why is it a white shirt? Why?
Why?
Maybe because t-shirt looks like this.
Yeah.
But maybe I don't know why. But we call it white shirts in Japan.
No,
The
never
letter
sure.
Y.
Yeah, letter Y.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
trust
like
you.
why is it?
Yeah.
Or a tank top. It's not like what's it? Tank top is
Tank top, we call it.
a vest, right?
Without
Is that
any
the same?
sleeves, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm getting confused.
Ooh, okay, going back to school though, question. So, we were talking about this. What language did we learn in school? In mine it was French, his it was French. What was it in yours?
Japanese.
What?
So what?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
Japanese is
What
good.
school did you go to? How cool was it?
It was a language school, so
Did
they
they
were
also-
focused on like languages.
Ah.
I did. We did French. We did German, and I did Arabic GCSE and Japanese. I didn't do Japanese GCSE, but it was like, okay, you're doing all those languages. What language would you like to do? Because we've given you all these languages, but you can choose.
Wow.
That's
So-
crazy.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Did you
Yeah.
enjoy it? You enjoyed learning Japanese?
Yeah. Japanese is just like awesome. Like I think it's. I don't know. I find it quite like pleasant to learn.
Mm.
It wasn't like I don't remember it being difficult, and I can still remember some of the words.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was your favourite word?
Yeah, tell me.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Oh,
That's not a word. I know it's probably a sentence,
But
right?
yeah, a phrase.
yeah, it's phrase.
How was the pronunciation, Canon?
Yeah, it was good. It
Really.
means good morning, but
Would you
yeah.
say like excellent?
I just said it's excellent. It was.
That's what I thought.
What is it again? Can you say it to us?
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Mm,
Ohio gozaimasu.
perfect pronunciation.
Yeah, which means
Good morning.
good morning.
Do you have any favourite words in English? Any favourite?
Oh,
I have.
I like eclectic.
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 That
Yeah.
is pleasing, yeah.
I like.
What's
I like eccentric.
Eccentric.
That
Oh,
sounds quite exciting. I feel.
Mhm.
I like the sound.
Yeah. I like picnic. That sounds-
Sounds like everybody likes
Pretty.
the curse
Cheese,
sounds.
yeah,
Yeah.
Picnic.
Did you know that businesses that have k sound in them do really, really well? Apparently, it's scientifically proven. and so that there was like a company that called their entire like the name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, have you not seen it?
Coke, Krispy Kreme, Capel, you know, all those.
Oh.
All those, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Did you know, here's a fact, the phrase Pacific Ocean, there are 3 ways you can pronounce the sea, Pacific Ocean.
Oh yeah.
That's good. 3 different ways.
Oh,
Pacific
that's true.
Ocean. 3 C's, different ways to say it.
So stupid. Have you seen this? Oh, by the way, Kanon, you should probably come in a bit more.
Okay.
Looking at
Like
the
this.
thing. Yeah. There, yeah, that's better. So, I imagine we did this like on the teaching thing.
Mhm.
Okay, Kanon, I'm going to spell a word for you. How do you think it sounds? G-H-O-T-I.
Goat.
Yeah, but how else could you pronounce that?
Goat. Hort.
Do you know this one?
No.
No.
Wait, ready?
No.
Yeah.
Fish.
What?
What?
Because the GH, like think of the word tough.
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't pronounce.
Oh, I
G.
see.
The
But we
GH
don't-
could sound like
But
an
not at the beginning of a
Not
word.
at the beginning.
Not at the beginning of a word.
No, I know, but it's
That's
it is stupid.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, but it's to illustrate like how ridiculous
The
English pronunciation is.
Wait, wasn't it G-H-O-T-I? Is that what you said to us?
Yeah, so the O is like from women,
Okay.
and the TI like from station.
Right, okay.
So itch.
Yeah.
Fish.
That's silly.
Yeah, it's just to illustrate how ridiculous English pronunciation
I
is.
feel like I lost 2 minutes of my life.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got a favourite word in English?
Bubble.
Bubble!
Yeah.
Oh,
Bubble's
okay.
nice.
Bubble. It's like a baby. Oh. See, it's like a baby. It's soothing, but that just makes me seem like an infant.
Yeah. I like the Cockney rhyming slang of bubble, which means a laugh, right?
Mhm.
Oh, you're having
Oh,
a bubble, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're having a laugh. It's one I like. Yeah, it's a pleasing word. It's a bubble.
Agreed.
I'm. You know, the one thing that I didn't grow up learning, like in England, is the Cockney rhyming stuff.
Mm.
I just don't get it.
Mm.
You know, and I tried to kind of understand it. Do you know some?
Yeah, of course. But,
Everyone's dad says it to be funny, and it's never funny.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do use it like in some phrases, but examples. But it's-
Unironically, though,
yeah.
like what?
Like let's have a butcher's. Oh, let's have a butcher's at that. Like my nephew was doing some homework, and I was like, let me have a butcher's because he couldn't do it. So butcher's hook, look, so stuff like that. Yeah, I'll use it, and you'll be like, oh yeah, and you don't even think of it as Cockney rhyming slang. It's just a phrase that you know.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, sometimes it's integrated, but yeah, in terms of like I've seen like the Cockney rhyming slang dictionaries. And you're going through them, and you're like, no one has ever said any of these phrases. It's like extinct language, but yeah, I think it's really fun. It's fun. It's funny to teach people it, but when students learn it, they're like, why? And I'm like, yeah, you don't need to know it. No one really uses it.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Like, I'm sure. I mean, there must be other examples of like rhyming slang in other languages, right? Surely there must be. You know, that kind of thing. I don't know.
Is there a Japanese rhyming slang kind of like that?
Ooh.
Yeah, must be, but I just cannot come up with the ideas
That
right
you
now.
say you call something one word and it means something completely different.
Oh yeah. Me
Me.
is your eyes, but me can be like a new plant, like a newborn of the plants. It's the me.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Do you have a lot of slang, like just in general, like
yeah, we
sort
do.
of like formal language and then slang, like rude phrases and
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to know?
yes,
What kind of slang would you like to know?
drunk words for drunk.
Mm.
Just because we have a lot in English.
Oh, okay. We say.
Or cheese, either one.
I
Drunk
don't
or
know.
cheese.
Yo parai?
Oh yeah, but that's the proper word. yabai is the person who gets drunk, like really.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that slang, really. Sorry, I don't know why, but I'm so bad at Japanese.
Because you've been here for so long. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah. But I'm gonna quit on that one. But let me try another one. So, yabai is the good word for slang.
Yabai.
Yabai.
Yabai. Sounds amazing.
What does
Yeah,
it mean?
yabai.
Yabai. Yeah, yabai is something that when you can use this word when it's positive way and a negative way. So whenever you feel something, you're surprised. Yabai. Or you can
I'm
see.
so doing that from now on.
Yes,
Yabai.
everything.
Yabai. I can say yabai.
Yeah.
His face is yabai.
Right.
What would that mean? You say
Is
his face is yabai.
oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh,
As
good
in, like
or bad?
shocking
Both.
or
Both.
Huh.
Yabai.
Okay, but so show me. You see Tom's face.
Yeah.
Give me positive. And
Yabai.
now give me negative.
Yabai.
Oh, it's just
I've
the
seen that face many times.
So maybe in a yabai in a positive way,
Yeah.
I can see he's quite handsome. Oh my gosh, he's really handsome. Yabai. But in a bad meaning, like negative meaning, I can say he looks so homeless or something.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
it's
He's
Did
so
not
homeless
expect
right
that to
now.
come.
You're so homeless.
No.
Yabai.
Okay, let's take a moment of silence for that.
Just kidding though. Just kidding. You're of course handsome.
Thank you.
In a homeless way.
You know, homeless, right? Yeah. Homeless chic.
No.
I heard a really fun word that I listened to a football podcast, and there's an English word like a nutmeg, when you put the ball between someone's legs and you go the other side. And this African correspondent was saying that the word in Africa is shibobo. And I was like, I love that word.
That is
It's a
very cool.
shibobo.
Sounds like the bubble.
The bubble, yeah.
Yeah.
Bubble, yeah.
Bobo.
It's a shibobo. I love it. So if I have a son, I'm going to call him Shibobo. Shibobo. But yeah, words are so pleasing to say
Yeah.
sometimes.
Do you believe words carry not meaning? Sorry if I say carry meaning.
Yes,
But do you believe that words have power? So there's certain what I mean is say there's certain countries or languages, they still use words that they used in the past that have a negative connotation now. So let's take the N word for example, right?
Of course.
So there's some places that's normal to say. So one of the words in my language to call a black person, the literal translation is slave, for example.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And so they address people that are black as slaves.
Right.
So did you see that? So did you see that slave
Sorry,
like that? But in a positive way. So they would just be like, oh yeah, there were two slaves standing. But to them it means black person.
Right.
But the actual meaning means slave. And whenever I hear anybody say it, I'm like, let's change it. Let's not use that word.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about words and how they kind of carry meaning.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's outdated meaning. And do you think that these kinds of words should be changed, or do you feel like it's okay for people to use it if it has they don't mean slave, they mean something else?
No, I mean it's certainly not up to especially us to tell anyone else no, you're not offended by this word. It's no, if someone's offended by a word that would be offensive to them, that's entirely their choice. Then it's up to everyone else. We're okay, we'll choose a different word then. Of course. And also, to go back to the N word, the amount of times in my classes when I had students from Latin America, they use it so flippantly as a synonym for slang, and it's no, just erase that word from your vocabulary. No, you're not using that word anymore. No, but we use it in Spanish. I don't care. You're not using it in English. So, yeah, no, definitely. I definitely think it carries meaning, and everyone should be a bit more aware.
Aware, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I've been called that before by a student that just kind of said it in a nonchalant way. She didn't know that it was. It was offensive, so she just said, "Oh, and you're an N as well," and it was just like, "What? Like, I don't understand like what's happening." So I had to educate her on that and say, "Wait, like you can't say that." So in some places it just means black, right? The N word. I don't know. Like
in Britain, the N word is like.
Yeah.
It's like the worst word. Like, absolutely can't say it, can you? Like,
but like, say, how do you say black in? I don't know. Do you guys know any other languages apart from?
Yeah, like the Latin languages, it's literally just the color black, negros, which is like you imagine it's people can easily jump from one to the other, and they're like, oh, so it's probably not offensive. And it's so similar to just the word black that. In my language, that it's probably not offensive. It's like, no, you don't understand the gravity and the history and the pain behind that word and the oppression that it can evoke. So, like you said, I think people should just be a bit more aware. People should educate on the history of it.
It's also generational, right? Like how language evolves through the generations. So words that my grandmother used or her generation are not acceptable now. And maybe that generation still use those words, and it takes our generation to kind of say that's not okay anymore. You can't say that word. These are the words that we use now. And even in my lifetime, I can think of words where maybe you just can't say those words anymore. They're not acceptable. So how language changes and evolves, and kind of societal norms affect that. I think it's a long-winded version, but there's my football team, Tottenham Hotspur, there's a debate at the moment around the Y word, which is, I won't say it because it's a rude word, but it's a derogatory term for a Jewish person. 3 letters, and begins with Y. And
say it.
It's a derogatory word, but okay, yid. It's the word yid.
Oh,
right?
I didn't know that.
It's a topic at the moment that's going on because it's a long story, but Tottenham was a mainly Jewish area. In the 1960s, fans from Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea would call Tottenham fans the Y word. All right, they'd be like, "Oh, you Y word this and that," so as offensive, right? So the Tottenham fans decided to appropriate that word, take control of it, and harness it, and throw it back at them and say, "Okay, yeah, I am a Y word," and to sort of take ownership of it and try to make itself feel proud and defend the community, the Jewish community. Anyway, years have gone by, and there's lots of debates now about can Tottenham fans use this word anymore because it's an offensive word, and the Jewish organisation are very offended when Tottenham fans use this word. And so there's a lot of debate now, but then it went into the Oxford Dictionary recently. There was like, Y word is like offensive word for a Jewish person and the name of a Tottenham fan. Like it's so the Oxford Dictionary are kind of, they say they're just documenting language rather than trying to steer it in any direction. But it's a big debate, and a lot of Tottenham fans, we discuss it. And personally, I don't think we should use it. It's an offensive word. If people are offended by it, don't use it. But the defence that a lot of fans would say is that we're not using it in an offensive way. We're trying to protect those that have been offended by it. But anyway, it's a very funny debate. But anyway, so words have power is basically.
I'm pretty sure, though, Quentin Tarantino has made the same argument for the N-word. He's like, no, I'm empowering it. I'm like, you don't get to make that decision.
Yeah, exactly.
You're Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
But it's a great point, because loads of Tottenham fans aren't Jewish, and it's like, it's not up to you guys, as I'm not Jewish, it's not up to me to decide whether I can or cannot use this word.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that saying where if one person's not laughing in the room, then the joke is not funny.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's either everybody...
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, though.
Because then it's that person that's being attacked, most likely. Right? If the joke is everybody's finding it funny, and that one person is feeling like it's about me, and it's not funny. So then, do you know what I mean? Yeah,
but then I think there has to be a balance between this kind of sort of snowflake mentality, and I don't necessarily agree with that, but where, people, it's like the zeitgeist of 2020 is to take offence. Like, I must be offended by what people are saying. Oh. And it's like, sometimes we get offended. Of course, I'm not suggesting people should be racist or whatever, but it's like, maybe if we start to just say vanilla things, then the world becomes very boring. And maybe it does take comedians to push boundaries, to say things that are slightly more on the edge, and yeah, you might offend some people, but that's art, and that's I don't know. I think there's a debate to be had there personally. Like I remember a comedian saying like it's his job to push the boundaries, to make you think, and some of the funniest things are also the ones where you kind of go, oh, I shouldn't be laughing, but okay, that's kind of funny.
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one.
How about for you? Like, is like, what do you think about that? And in your language, like, are there things that might be offensive, but they still carry on saying it?
Yeah, there are lots of words in Japanese. For example, probably you don't know the words, but tsumbo describes someone who cannot hear, listen.
Okay.
But so, for example, I said something to you, then you are doing something, and then what did you say again? Then I say, oh, you're a tsumbo because you didn't listen. But these words are quite not good, because tsumbo is originally meaning is the people who cannot, like as a disabled people who cannot listen, like they're deaf people. So people still use these words when you don't listen, then oh, you're tsumbo. But this words originally came from the person who has disabled, so it's not good to use nowadays, but people still use them.
Oh, I see. So it's used originally was used for deaf people, but then now it's like they just use it if you're not listening.
Yeah, you should listen. Wow, you should, or something like in a gag way.
We say the same thing, don't we? Like, are you deaf?
Yeah.
You're deaf.
I do.
Yeah.
Do you know what? When somebody just kind of highlights it, you don't realise you're doing it as well. 'Cause that's quite rude. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's it. Like it suddenly, like when society suddenly flips and they're like, actually starts questioning things. They're like, actually, what I've been saying, that probably isn't okay. And so I think that's important, is to kind of be humble enough to say, not to defend proudly your language. Just be like, okay, take a minute. Yeah, maybe the word I'm using there isn't right in this day and age, and I'll stop using it or whatever. So, yeah. So maybe we should.
My mum brought up an interesting point the other day, because she's vegan. So, and she was saying, we were talking about this kind of thing, and she was like, it's nuts that in maybe 50, 100 years, if we're alive then, if, for example, if the way food is produced changes so dramatically, that it's like, well, we don't need to eat meat anymore, therefore there's no need to like slaughter animals for food. And it just becomes the norm that people are vegetarian or vegan. And you can imagine a future where the younger generation are like, you guys used to eat meat, you just kill animals,
For
like
sure.
you didn't need to kill animals, you can eat literally anything else. Why would you kill something? And it's like, that's just the way it was in my day. And I'm like, oh shit, I can totally see that as a future.
Right.
It's crazy.
Which is, and then you look back at like grandparents' generation, and they're saying it's just how we did things, and you're like, oh, okay, I see.
Like
the generational shift.
Gladiators in Roman times.
Yeah, right. But it's even words like vegan won't be a thing, because if that's just what people are, there won't be a word for vegan. It won't, because vegan separates people who don't eat meat over there. But we won't need that word because everyone won't eat meat. So yeah, the language will change with it as well.
Do you think there will be a time where people won't eat meat? I find that really hard to imagine.
It could be. I mean, especially, we would be very far in the future. But
maybe not farmed meat. Maybe it's like, sort of creative.
like 3D printed meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're producing meat in a lab now.
Yeah.
Right.
So I imagine that happening, where there's no slaughtering happening, but they create, steaks.
If they're
in the lab.
watching in like 50 years' time, can they just put in the comments below? Just
Still watching in 2080.
yeah. No, still got meat. But I think there are great like alternatives now. Like I've had something called an Impossible Burger, like a bit like a Beyond Burger. It's a vegan burger, but it's so delicious.
It really is good.
And it matches any beef burger I've ever had. And I'm like, if there's an alternative that's this delicious. Oat milk. We were talking about oat milk. Oatly. I don't know if you've heard of Oatly. It's a delicious milk. But
Sponsor.
It's a t-shirt underneath. But it's like, that's a better alternative to milk. So I'm going to choose it. And if it's better for the environment as well, amazing. So I think that's it. Maybe technology will take us down that road. Possibly.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a great talk. Yeah, I really had fun and understanding how you guys think. I think we should do this more often. Just talk about different things and turn on the camera.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, guys,
Thank
for joining
you.
me.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.